All right, so this is actually the preview for Chelsea versus Manchester United. The last five matches between those two teams has actually been two wins for Manchester United. A win, of course, that win inspired by Ice Cold Palmer. Do you understand? I'm sure most of you remember that match. 9 minutes wicked goal, deflected goal, which was his goal. Fantastic lad, playing very well. And then Ice Cold Palmer inspired victory. And that was actually the only victory for Chelsea in the last five matches. Now they've had two draws in this last five matches. So Manchester United just usurps that. And their last match was a 1-1 draw. Bruno Fernandes scoring, and then a 4 minutes interval, before Moises Caicedo with a fantastic bullet of a ball, and then hitting the net, and of course, the match ended 1-1 draw. Now, this to me is actually a case of who needs it more, who needs this victory more. Now, Ruben Amorim actually came out and said, he was really disappointed that the fact that they want to probably going to win the Europa League, possibly, in as much as, yes, we all know their eyes are actually on winning the Europa League. For the fact that that's the case does not mean that you should be losing anyhow. Do you understand me? And of course, you would understand for a team, this is 16th position Manchester United, which is very, very abysmal, very disappointing, for a club status like that, So it's a disappointing place where they are right now. However, if you look at things very well, they cannot be relegated, and so they do not really need this win more. However, depending on what Ruben Amorim will tell this guy, say, hey, listen, we cannot keep on losing. Do you understand? If Ruben Amorim, because if you say, are we fighting for anything right now? No, Manchester United is not fighting for anything. It is Chelsea that is fighting for pretty much their lives. Do you understand me? They need to fight, because even if they win the Europa League, the Europa Conference League safe, they are not going to the Champions League. So they are really, really fighting to qualify for the Champions League. Okay, so I feel like the Chelsea side, they need it more, but the Manchester United side would if they say they need it, is because they just want to change, make a turnaround of results. Do you understand me? Try to hype themselves, try to their morale and everything. They just want to make sure the bragging right, very, very important for this two teams. So I feel like that's the reason why Manchester United want to come out playing. Now, I want to focus so much on the midfield, because I feel like that's where the battle is going to be won and lost. Now, in my preview, my post view rather, about the Chelsea versus Newcastle United, I said something. In as much as, yes, we've been using Moises Caicedo, Enzo Maresca has been using Moises Caicedo at right back, which is good. Do you understand me? But I don't think it's every time you want to do that. Do you understand? And if you look at the Manchester United midfield, you have a Bruno Fernandes, okay? You have a Bruno Fernandes, you have a Manuel Ugarte, and of course a Casemiro. Now, these guys are all playing very well. Casemiro is rejuvenated. He's doing a whole lot of things. Do you understand? We all know what Bruno Fernandes is and what he can do. Manuel Ugarte has actually been also doing very, very well. Now, we know Romeo Lavia is back and he's been fit, and already we are seeing the quality of Romeo Lavia. Fantastic guy, fantastic lad. If he wants to do the same thing of, using Lavia, Enzo Fernandez, and then putting Moises Caicedo at right back, I feel like it's not going to be good. I feel like it's not going to work very well, because you have to match these people midfield for midfield, and putting Moises Caicedo in the midfield help the Chelsea side, because as I said, you remember, even it's even the midfield of the Manchester United that score more goals. Do you understand? If you're going on to looking at the Europa League, even the recent match, it's just the midfield. Okay, so I feel like, hey, it is better that Moises Caicedo goes on to play in the midfield, trying to cage these guys, because I feel like it's also going to be too much for Romeo Lavia. Yes, we know what he can do, but I feel like it's going to be too much. But when you have a real proper six that is going to sit and say, oh boy, I dare here, they cover you. You understand? Romeo Lavia will have that freedom to also try and even do the box to box, possibly. Yes, I know that he's not going to be adding too much of attack into his own game. He's not doing that too much. But I think he's going to bring a more steady midfield, a firmer midfield, a stronger midfield for the Manchester United side. Do you understand? Now, Yes, Ahmad is actually back, and is going to be, playing from the right normally. And I don't know if whether Ruben Amorim will want to start him, but let's just assume that Ruben Amorim wants to start him. Now, Reece James. Let's keep Ahmad first, and let's just see who is going to be facing possibly. Now, Reece James is he's back. He's been fit. Do you understand? I don't know, but I feel like maybe Maresca is also trying to, rest him, trying to use him well, because I am very, very certain that Rich James is going to be playing the finals. I strongly believe he's going to be starting the finals. Yeah, so I feel like Rich James will start because attacking wise is going to add a lot. Why doesn't Enzo Maresca just do it this way? Okay, whenever Rich James goes forward, bumps forward, then you have a Moises Caicedo to cover back. Do you understand? That's what I feel. I feel like this is what happens to Trent during Trent's time. You understand? Whenever Trent bumps forward, you see the likes of Jordan Henderson, more especially that time, covering up. You understand? And Scott Evans came out to saying that he expected in one of his interviews, that Gravenbench was going to be covering Trent a lot. Do you understand? So whenever you bump forward, so it helps for that solidity. And Reece James, bumping forward, it means that the team is actually with the ball. Do you understand? But when you lose possession upwards, it's not going to be too much, yes, for counter, but that's actually the reason why you have a Moises Caicedo covering up for that side. Do you understand? So I just feel like, sir, we know what you can do. We know how good you are tactically. Do you understand? But I feel like this time, Moises Caicedo, because if Moises Caicedo is not in the midfield, I feel like the midfield is just going to be too much for, Romeo Lavia alone. You understand me? While Enzo Fernandez will be doing the box to box, So I feel like it's not going to be. Anyways, and then Ice Palmer finally scored a goal, and then you lost against Newcastle. But whatever it is, I feel like him too. He needs to step up, and he's actually trying to. You get? It's just that sometimes things need to come somehow. Now let's talk about the attack for Chelsea, and of course the attack for Manchester United. Now let's talk about the attack for Chelsea. Chelsea. What's that boy's name? Is it Gochuku? No. That boy. Oh my God! I just forgot his name. The one that came in and scored a fantastic goal. That black boy. Just remind me, people in comment section. Remind me. He just come one time finish. Scored a fantastic goal, and I feel like that guy is that no be Calabar boy. Archibong abi. Hold on, I beg. Is he Archibong? Is he Archibong? Oh? But all right, but let's see. I feel like he's going to. I don't think he's going to be starting. Sha. I don't think he's going to be starting. Because this is a really, really big game. It's a big game, And then for some of recent, we've seen the likes of Madueke playing from the left rather than the right, But what I would really like to see from the attack, yeah, maybe Pedro Neto. I don't think he has done that before, but I really want to see what Enzo Maresca will do, with his attack. Does Jadon Sancho start? Who does he play at top nine? Does he play Kopama at top nine? Does he play because of his goal scoring ability? Does he play Pedro Neto at top nine? Does he play, Madueke at top nine? Who does he play at top nine? Enzo Maresca. The Chelsea fans, let me know your thoughts. Who do you think that is going to be playing at top nine? Is it going to be that boy? Why did you forget his name? But it's going to be a very, very interesting switch. I really want to see what Maresca would do, And then Madueke, as I said, is creating a lot of chances, more especially coming from the other side. You understand me? Playing from the left, it's a new thing. Right now, when he plays from the left, the ability for you to always shoot, he doesn't want to really shoot too much again. He's just focusing more of the, the assist, trying to create the chances, put the ball inside, inside the 18-yard for his teammates to nod or something. That's actually what he's been doing, And then for the Manchester United side, we don't know if other Ruben Amorim will want to risk certain things, But however, I feel like I don't know if Rasmus Højlund will be playing that one. I feel like Garnacho will be playing again, who has not been in form, who has not been good somewhat, But one good thing that I'm actually happy about, because I like the player as a person, That's talking about Mason Mount. So Mason Mount versus his former team. You know, it will be an interesting watch. To be an interesting watch. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Amad Diallo coming in is definitely going to be terrific. We know what Amad Diallo would and can do. You understand? So it's going to be terrific. Whosoever is going to be meeting up there, Marc Cucurella. I mean, Marc Cucurella, who has actually been good. It's going to be a very, very sweet battle. Sweet battle. But Marc Cucurella this season, you know, when it comes to matching out how up his opposition whenever it's, you know, head to head with his opposition, Baba they really want gum you, and I would really like to see what you know, Amad Diallo would bring up. I really like to see what he's going to do. You know, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, your scoreline prediction as well as your lineup prediction. Let me know where these matches will be won and lost for both teams. Let me know your thoughts.